Welcome back to A Tale of Two Bumps.
We are super excited to have Katilette here today.
Yay! We both do that.
Party!
We're about to pick your brain.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Good.
I think.
With the babies coming any day now, we thought it would be really helpful to have Katilette on to talk about our birth plan and bringing home babies, since you just went through this experience with baby Brotard.
And after 5 kids, I would say you're an expert. I think we can all agree on that.
I don't know if you're ever an expert, but I'll try.
Katilette, looking back, is there anything you wish you'd known about the birthing process before having your first son that would be good advice for someone like moi?
Well, I think that you just need to go into it knowing that it might not go exactly the way you planned
I
it.
think that's great advice.
Yeah, because it never does. Like you think, oh, it's just gonna go like it does on the movies, but every movie's different, and every baby's different, and every pregnancy's different.
Yeah.
So, not to go in with too many expectations.
I think that's good.
First.
Did you have different expectations for each birth?
I think that I tried to have that attitude of going in with like, okay, anything could happen. I think I planned on, delivering vaginally with all of them because it went well the first time. That was the hardest part, is not knowing the first time if I was gonna have to get a C-section or if the baby wouldn't, things wouldn't go right. And so I was really grateful when they did with the first baby, because I hoped that the rest of them would go that way, and they did, which was great. But yeah, you never know.
Never know.
It's scary.
Mama. As I'm sure you ladies can relate, the last month of your pregnancy is so hard. You're feeling huge and uncomfortable, and you're also just ready to meet your baby. I know I am. I can't wait to meet him. And if my due date comes and goes and there is still no baby, I'm gonna have to do a lot of weird things to make sure that he comes out. Do you guys have any tricks for getting the nug out?
Getting the nug out.
Oh my goodness. I tried everything with all of them, and the only thing that ever worked was exercise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Little jumping jack and then bam, baby.
Yeah, get your heart rate up a little.
Okay.
The baby's like, okay, I'm hot, I'm getting out.
Okay,
But I think
good.
that's the only thing that really worked for me. I tried castor oil.
I remember that you did that.
Don't do it.
Somebody just told me about that. So what do you drink it or you put
drink
it there? What do you do
it.
with it?
Where does that go?
No, I put it in an orange Julius. I was trying to make the taste better. Oh, it's the grossest thing
Can
in
you
the
drink
world.
an orange Julius now after having done
No,
that?
it's like it
ruined it
did
for
taint
you.
it a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, it doesn't work, so don't do that.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
I don't know what it's supposed to do. Castor oil in general, like, supposed to like flush you out.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
it's so gross that your baby just wants to get out immediately.
yeah, it
I
didn't work.
didn't try any old wives' tales.
Okay. Somebody said just go for a really bumpy car ride, and I was like, well, that sounds like it
That
might
sounds
work.
miserable. Can you just your belly bouncing around?
Take him on the 405
I've
with
also
all that
heard
construction.
like jumping on a trampoline, but I guess that's the same as exercising.
Yeah, exercising.
Feels like it would hurt.
Yeah,
and be
I didn't do
weird.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine all these pregnant women? I
know.
Jumping on the
Just the things we
trampoline.
do, like
The poor children inside. Ah, what's going on?
That video would go viral.
Yeah, I would say go for a long walk, or having sex helps too.
I heard that too.
It does help.
Yep. That just doesn't sound like fun. Like, hi, who wants in? I know,
True.
that was a really horrible picture to paint, especially for my husband. So maybe he won't
He's
watch
like,
this one. He's like, actually, no, make it stop.
I don't know about that. Right now, Casey and I are working on getting everything we need ready for our hospital bag. Even though we've already had 2 kids, I feel like so many things have changed since they were babies. Colette, what were your must-haves in your hospital bag?
You want to have a comfortable outfit, because I know there's so many cute baby outfits, but like for the baby, you have like a comfortable outfit, and then something comfortable for you. The best piece of advice is don't pack clothes that you think you're gonna fit into.
Don't bring your pre-pregnancy
yeah,
jeans.
Lose like 40 pounds with the delivery.
Don't
Yeah.
do that. Even like your stretchy pants that you think they're a little smaller, like, oh, I'll be smaller after. Just bring your comfortable pregnant clothes, because you're gonna still feel like big and uncomfortable and blah. So just bring comfortable clothes that are still the pregnancy size, because you don't go down that fast.
Yeah.
Unless you're Superwoman.
Right. Give yourself some time.
Yeah. And I also packed my makeup bag. Like, I didn't necessarily put on makeup, but it made me feel good to have it and to feel like I could feel like get dressed up if I wanted to. I don't know. Is that weird?
No,
not at all.
My eyebrows need to be on.
Right.
Exactly.
No matter what. And if I have something funky going on my face, it's gonna need to be covered that day. That's very important.
Right, it is.
I think because after you have the baby, it's the best feeling, but also the worst feeling for me, because your body's not tight anymore. Like your belly's not tight. It's just like, blah, blah, blah. That's the best way I can describe it.
I remember getting in the shower after I had Braylee and just like going like this, like, and it was like, and I was like, what is this now?
What is going on?
God.
And it can be really, sort of terrifying when you're a first-time mom. So just make sure that you look at yourself with love and know that it will get better. But for me, that was the worst part. Like, oh my gosh, my body is, what happened?
So would you recommend like taking like a belly band or something to the hospital to like hold
I
that?
didn't with the first ones. I did bring it with Brotard and I tried it, but it was so uncomfortable to me that I was just like, I just want to be comfortable.
Just wait a couple weeks to put something like that on.
I've heard that also. I tried not a comfortable one after I had Braylee, but I've heard like sometimes it can make it feel better to hold everything in.
Yeah.
So I don't.
It's not all loosey-goosey.
You should definitely try it because for some people they really like it. For me personally, it just felt
Do
uncomfortable.
you think it was the brand?
It may have been the brand because I bought
Like
a
it
cheap
was
brand.
itchy or something, just like didn't fit right.
I didn't buy a nice brand. I bought a cheap
Okay.
one. So maybe that's it.
Okay.
But you should try it.
A belly band. Good to know. See, I never would have thought that.
Right.
Yeah.
I tried like a corset one,
Oh.
and it was awful. Like I would sit down and you have that extra skin, it would just like bubble up. I was like, what am I doing? This looks awful.
Like I said, you just have to be nice to yourself and realize
Yeah.
that it will get better. It seems so far away, but it will get better.
So in addition to the hospital bag, you'll also need to pack a bag for your baby. Now I recently posted a video about a diaper bag makeover that I'm preparing for my little one. I like having all natural alternatives for my baby, like wipes and baby powder that don't have chemicals. And here is a clip of that. So we're going to take this product, baby powder, and this product, baby wipes, and we are going to make them natural and clean and organic and good for our baby. And we are going to make this baby powder and these baby wipes. I'm so excited for you to show all of us how to make these because it's really, really easy and they're fun to make and they smell so good. I'm so grateful that Jessie was here.
Yeah.
She was on the Mom's View and she had so many helpful things. She also made like a little bum paste on her channel that I'm
cool.
going to be making to take with me. So I'll be sure to get you
For
some.
little tushies?
Yep, for little tushies. So we made the baby wipes and the baby powder and they turned out great and I can't wait to use them.
Yeah,
and
that
try
video
them
was
out.
really cool. I like that you have like a cool alternative kind of natural approach to your baby stuff.
Well, and it can be cheaper to make your own
Yeah.
your own things. Like you saw in the video, we just used paper towels and put them in a little container and use just a couple drops of the oil is all it takes. So
Cool.
That's really helpful too if you run out of them. Because sometimes you buy some and you run out and then you freak out. But if you know an alternative that you can make at home, then
That's
that's
totally
so
true.
helpful.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are such great little mommies. Well, since this is mine and Michael's first little baby, I want to make sure that he feels included in the whole birthing process. It's just so he feels like he has something to do. Did you give Shay any tasks and like, was he helpful? I mean, I've seen the videos and I know he was like really supportive, but did you feel like he was really helpful?
Shay I don't ever have to give him tasks. He just kind of does whatever.
Yeah.
But one thing that really helped was his main role for me is to keep me calm.
Yeah.
Because I get really nervous before, as anybody would, I'm
course.
sure.
Yeah.
And he brings his computer in and he will always put some music on for me without me even asking. He'll put on, like, I love Claire de Lune. It's really relaxing. So he'll put music on for me to help me relax.
That's a great tip.
And some people have watched the video and said, how do you deal with him? He's so annoying. I'm like, no, I love that when he just is himself and he's making jokes and it helps keep the mood light in the room. So I really
real life.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Right, like real life.
Did you feel like you had to tell him like, okay, go here, stand here, do this or anything? Or he just kind of instinctually like knows how to make you happy?
I think he knows.
That's good.
But I think it's important to sort of have an idea of if you do have expectations from your spouse to let them know.
Yeah.
I really appreciate when Shay stays with the baby, because depending on what hospital you deliver at, they might take the baby right after you have him to go weigh him or whatever. I appreciated that he stayed with the baby and not just stayed with me and made sure I was okay, because I wanted him to be a part of, you know, because I didn't get to go over and see when the baby was weighed, so he was able to do that.
Yeah.
And so I really appreciated that.
And then he vlogs it, and then you get to watch it later.
Yeah.
See how that all goes down.
Yeah.
How was Casey in your birth process?
Well, ours is different because I had C-sections.
Yeah.
So all that Casey could really do was just sit by my head. Casey hates hospitals, so he tries his very hardest to like be really supportive in there for me, but at the same time he's kind of freaking out about it, like not really enjoying the experience.
Right.
So he tries really hard. He does a good job.
Yeah.
I could be a really whiny baby, and he keeps me from doing that.
Oh, that's
so I
good.
guess that
Yeah.
that's good. I hate the IV. That's like the part that I dread more than anything.
Okay.
I
Just
would
like the
rather
needle.
have a C-section
Yeah.
than get an IV.
Oh,
and so
okay.
he's really good to like hold my hand, and then like getting the epidural. That's so scary. So he's really good to like hold my hand, and we're doing this together, getting through it.
Yeah.
And like you and I had mentioned before, when I had Gage, he was with Gage the whole entire day because I was sick and couldn't go to the NICU where Gage was because he was sick. And so Casey got to spend the whole day with him, and I loved that
Yeah.
he had that time to bond with him. And another thing that Casey did that was just the nicest thing is I have a blankie still from when I was younger. And I was really
cute.
brave and didn't take it to the hospital, but he did. He packed it. So it was such a bad day because I was sick and didn't get to see Gage, and he was sick and I didn't know what was going on. And he pulls out my blankie and he gave it to me.
Oh, good
I was
job,
just like,
Casey.
That is the best. It was,
Yeah.
It was so sweet.
That's really thoughtful. So he did good. So you guys did good. Yeah, I think Michael will do a good job.
I think Michael will be great.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he's really calm. He's the yin to my yang, or you know, whatever. He's like the rock. And especially with all these like classes we've been taking, he's been like, okay, I know what to do now. Like I know how to help you meditate and like be chill. But I think the music is great because I think that's a really good tip.
To help relax.
Yeah, we'll
Takes
see
away
how
from
Michael
all, like,
is.
the beeping and the noises in the hospitals.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's that? What's that?
Why is that? Why is that?
Yeah,
making that
just
sound?
rock out.
I think also just taking classes together.
Yeah.
That's not something that Casey and I
Right.
have done before, but that's such a great way to bond and to know what to expect because
Totally.
Casey and I were so young when we had Braylee that we didn't know. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was supposed to do. He had no clue
Right.
what to do. So I think it's great to
Yeah,
take classes together.
That has actually been a really great bonding experience for Michael and I. And Michael has told me he has learned so much about just the whole birthing process.
Right.
And also like he's learned like, you know, for the most part his role. And then as I've mentioned before, I hired a doula, which should help Michael. She should help like kind of position Michael. Okay, like you should be here, you should hold her hand now, you should do this, you should get her some
good.
water, this and that. But
Yeah.
it's good to hear other tips too though, you know. So, but I don't know, we'll see how that day goes. But I have faith in him. He's a good guy
He's
and he's
great.
mellow. Although he's anti-hospital as well, which is good since we're not having a
yeah.
baby in a hospital. So
So do you think
Yeah.
he'll be good with like the whole water thing? Like when you have a water birth, will he be in the water?
God no.
I don't. How does that work?
I
Will
actually-
he be
that's
like
a good
behind
question
you or
because-
like to the
Yeah,
side?
everybody's different, but at this place, God, the water can get a little
Right.
Right.
That's what.
murky, for
Right.
lack of a better word, with things that come out in addition to the baby. But so nobody actually goes in the water at this
I
place.
saw a guy in a bathtub with his wife in the water.
Some people do that.
Sitting, but
Yeah.
sitting.
Michael, like I don't even know if he's gonna cut the cord, even though that's like an option at our place that we're going to. And I asked him a couple like weeks ago when we decided to have the water birth, I was like, are you gonna cut the cord? And he's like, do you want me to? I was like, I don't know. I guess the thought of that even to me sounds a little crazy. And he won't like get as much of a visual because there'll be some water.
Right.
Which I think is good because I
Right,
think he'll be a little traumatized if he sees like just a head just coming out. He'll be like, ah! So anyway, might videotape that. So
Yes,
if we
you
do.
should.
Yeah, not everything, but some of it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
All right, now it is time for us to answer some of your questions.
Sloaney17202 asked on Facebook, who are you bringing into the delivery rooms? And Heidi Dolan asked, hey Kayli, is Braylee going to be there with you in the hospital like Princess Tard and Baby Tard were for Colette?
Well, Braylee would love to be,
especially
after talking with Princess Chard because she loved it so much. And but I'm having a C-section, and so only Casey will be in there.
Okay.
I would never want Braylee to see that.
Yeah, right.
So are you only allowed to have one other person in there? So like your mom couldn't even go in there?
No, it's just Casey. If I were to have a natural birth, then I probably would have Braylee in there. I think that she's old enough now that it would be okay.
A good thing.
But
Yeah.
What about you?
Definitely Michael, obviously, and then we'll have our midwife and then the doula, and I believe there will be like a nurse or like the midwife's assistant, and my mom will be lurking around somewhere. Who knows if I'll let her into the actual room. Depends on her behavior that day. But yeah, I want my family to come, like, you know, I'm sure they'll come in waves, like from the Bay Area. I don't know if they'll all come like right when he's there. And I don't know if I need them to all be there, because I get anxiety when I know that people are waiting for me, you know, and on that day, that's just kind of how my personality is, because I like to, you know, be a good hostess and entertain people and make sure everybody's happy. So if I know that everybody's kind of waiting for me, I feel like I'll feel pressure, and I don't want to feel that pressure. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to keep it to a minimum. But over the month of May, we've got a lot of visitors lined up, which I'm really excited about. But my dad and brother and sister will come that week, I'm sure. And who knows, if they wanted to come that day, you know, I wouldn't like stop them. But in terms of in the room, with the water and that, just Michael and the people that really, really like need to be there for a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if for some reason I went into labor, I would definitely be calling Katilette to be
really?
please be in there with me and help me. Like if I were going to give birth vaginally, I would definitely need you.
Because you have a good calm aura too. I think that's really important to have that in the room, because you've got a good chill, happy, easy aura.
Right.
Which I think
I would
is
need you to
really
like
good.
coach me through it, because Casey and I would be like, what is happening? I don't know, it's
Yeah.
Has it ever bothered you to have people in the room? Or
For all of my babies, I really just wanted Shay and then both of my moms as the staples. For Avia, his grandma was also able to be there. And then I think the more kids I've had, it's just like, let's share it with everyone. Like it just made me feel like, why not have more people in there? As long as they're, you know, gonna have a good attitude and not stress out the whole situation. I feel like the more you share it with, it's just a magical experience.
Your latest birth video was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was cool, because you got to be there.
I did, and I'm so happy that you.
I was so glad you were there too.
Shared that with me. It was amazing. It's the most amazing experience. You can't even put it into words.
Right.
So a lot of people have asked me like, how was it? And I was like, I can't even tell you, because it was just like this most amazing thing. So yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
Our second question comes from Nicole MJT, who asked us on Instagram, honestly, how is the recovery from giving birth? What is the pain like? How long till you feel normal again? I'm not nearly as afraid of giving birth as I am of the recovery period. It's a great question.
It's probably so different. Were your recoveries like drastically different for each baby, or
The
about
only
the
one
same?
that was drastically different was Emmy's, my third baby, because I was working out the whole time. I know I've talked about it before, but it really, really made a difference.
Yeah.
It made
Because you were super fit.
I was really fit, so the labor and delivery went smoother, and my recovery went faster and more, like I just felt good, you know?
Yeah.
It made a really huge difference.
I think also when you give birth vaginally, different things can happen. You can have to get an episiotomy, or you could rip, and so that's going to take a little bit longer. Obviously with my C-section, you know, you need to take it easy for about 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think with any pregnancy you need to, or with any
At
birth
least
you need
6
to
weeks.
give it 6 weeks. But that's a major surgery.
Yeah,
So you have to
totally.
take it easy. But I was really lucky, and this is one reason that I'm not as nervous about having a C-section. I'm still nervous, but I had great recoveries with my C-sections.
Okay, cool.
I think that I was in pain for maybe about a week.
Okay.
But I didn't push myself, but I made sure that I got up and I walked around, and I tried to move my body a little bit so that I didn't just lay there and like, oh, it hurts so bad.
Did they give you good pain meds and stuff like that though?
I hate pain medication, so I took ibuprofen as
Oh,
well.
okay. Okay.
So, and I actually just had a dream that I had a C-section and I didn't even need to take ibuprofen.
Ooh,
So,
make that dream come true, girl.
so I'm planning on this one being very great and pain-free.
Yeah, good. Yes, positive thoughts. Positive thoughts all the
One thing
way.
you should definitely remember when you have a baby is the recovery period doesn't just last like 6 weeks. Like your body's gonna be different for 6 months or longer. And you need to be able to accept that and just realize, okay, this is okay.
Yeah.
You know, if my baby turns a year and I still haven't lost all the weight, it's okay.
Right.
Like you really have to be nice to yourself because it takes a while, and you're also gonna feel better before your body's put back together.
Oh, interesting.
So you wanna take it easy. With Brock, after I had him, I was like right on the dot on 6 weeks. I'm like, let's work out. And I did this workout with Carly and I ended up pulling something in my groin because I was not ready.
Right.
So you really just have to take your time, take it slow, and be nice to yourself.
Yeah, that's great advice.
I think with her question about being more nervous about the birth or about the recovery than the birth, I think when you're pregnant, you fear what's to come. I have been doing that a little bit more, and I don't think that you need to fear the recovery as much as maybe she might be.
Right.
Because I think that it will be a lot more smooth than it seems, because it seems super scary, to recover either from a C-section or a vaginal birth.
Right. And really, just focus on your baby and you. Like, don't worry so much about your body. Like, focus on resting and taking care of that sweet little baby, because your body will come back. Just give it time.
Good to know, team. Good to know. Kara Butler, is she related to you guys? Asked on Instagram. I'm a stay-at-home mom. What do you suggest for ways to get motivated to get ready in the mornings? I feel like it's so easy to stay in my PJs, but it almost gets depressing after a while.
Well, I would say get some new PJs.
There's a good
Get some
answer.
Victoria's Secret sweats and a cute shirt.
And then you'll feel really good.
I love staying in my PJs all day if they're cute sweats or
Sometimes you
something.
need a day like that, you know? Sometimes it just feels good to just chill and not worry about doing anything.
The only thing that motivates me when I'm feeling like that is if I get up early and put my clothes on right away and go do something. If I linger around in the morning in my sweats or my PJs, I'll stay in them all day. So that's the only thing that motivates me, is if I make myself get up and do something. So it's good to like schedule an appointment, or like I'm gonna go and get a pedicure, I'm gonna go grocery shopping after I drop the kids off at school, or do something like that first thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It can be easy not to do it. When you're a stay-at-home mom, it's like, oh, why do I need to get ready? But remember, you're still a person. You need to make yourself feel good. So get up, get ready for the day, and you'll get a lot more accomplished. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think if you treat even like little workouts, even if it's just walking around the block, if you treat it like a doctor's appointment that you can't miss, and you write it in your phone or you write it on your calendar or something, and then you're like, okay, it's 10 a.m., I gotta go for my walk now. And if you just try and get like maybe a little schedule like that, like not overworking yourself if you just had a baby or anything, but you know, making it a priority to get up, get out of the house. And then I feel like your whole day will kind of fall into a more productive space, place,
It really does.
space and place, whatever.
The funny thing I've noticed is when we started vlogging, I started putting my makeup on more, and it made me feel better about myself. I was like, oh, people are gonna see me every day, I need to put makeup on. And I realized it does make me feel better when I actually get ready. So, you know, maybe give yourself 1 or 2 days, or even 3 or 4, that you don't get ready, but at least a couple where you're like, I'm gonna get really ready today. Even if I have to just be at home.
Even like you said, even if you just put like a little tinted moisturizer on and some mascara, that can make you feel better. Just like a little bit, and yeah, some jeans.
Yep.
Get outside, get some fresh air. That always makes me feel happy. Well, you guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Colette, for being here and giving us all of your baby mama knowledge.
I cannot wait to hold your little bum.
If you have any questions for us, leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Moms View so you can see all of our new shows when they come out.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.